The Tyne Bridge is in the first year of a 4-year project to make 900 repairs, completely repaint and refurbish it. This has caused significant congestion delays due to it going down to 2 lanes. The gated flyover on the gated side of the Tyne Bridge is also closed due to compromised concrete and at risk of collapse. And now it's been revealed that the Redheugh Bridge poses a risk to the public due to strict structural issues as well. What on earth is going on? Well, it's been recently revealed that the Redheugh Bridge, which spans the River Tyne on the west of the city centre, also has structural issues, including crumbling to the steel reinforced concrete on 2 of its piers. One of the piers stands in an area used by Network Rail employees and the other in a public car park. Both areas have now been cordoned off. A deck drainage pipe on the north pier of the central main span of the bridge is also damaged and blocked. In a meeting of Gateshead and Newcastle Joint Bridge Committee in December, heard how the cracks in the concrete could pose a risk to the public. It could fall down, and the total bill to repair these issues could be around £1 million of money we just don't have. Today, on Sunday the 16th of February, the Redheugh Bridge is closed for maintenance and repairs, but the council claim this has nothing to do with the structural issues I've just described. So before we talk a little bit more about what's going on, let's take a look back at history of the Redheugh Bridge. There have been 3 Redheugh bridges spanning the River Tyne. The first Redheugh Bridge was built by Thomas Bouch and was opened in 1871. However, structural faults began to emerge as early as 1885, and inclined props were added to the piers to try to rectify the situation. As the faults got worse, investigation showed that repairs would cost more than a new bridge, and so it was replaced. The second bridge, built by Sir William Arrol & Co., was opened in 1901. However, by the 1960s, serious design flaws once again became apparent. Speed restrictions of 10 miles an hour and weight restrictions of between 8 and 10 tonnes hindered the traffic flow, and engineers stated that if it remained in use for much longer, the approaches and superstructure would need to be rebuilt, and so it was. The third and current Redheugh Bridge was designed by Mott, Hay and Anderson, who also worked on the Tyne Bridge 50 years earlier. It was built by Edmund Nuttall Limited, and the bridge was opened in 1983 by the Princess of Wales. The total cost amounted to £15,350,000. It has 4 lanes and a footpath on the east side. It is of a box concrete structure, and gas, electric, telephone and water services are carried within the box structure. It did have a life expectancy of 120 years and was designed to withhold abnormal loads of up to 400 tonnes. There's definitely a pattern emerging here, but it seems even some of the infrastructure builds during the Industrial Revolution weren't up to scratch either, and it would be easy to blame the current Labour Council for all of our problems, but clearly there are far bigger factors at work here. Suffice to say, we don't seem to have any money to spend. Local councils and central government are skint and hemorrhaging. The Tyne Bridge is currently going through a huge refurbishment programme costing around £41.5 million and rising. £35 million has already been handed over by the Department of Transport, and the remaining £6 million was promised by the previous government. Unfortunately, this £6 million has yet to be given the green light under the current Labour Transport Secretary. It may be the case that this figure rises and we don't see any of it, meaning a substandard finish to the Tyne Bridge for the centenary celebrations in 2028. On top of that, we need to raise funding to demolish the gated flyover. Now, if we're struggling to secure funding to finish off the Tyne Bridge project and demolish the flyover, what hope do we have of the Redheugh Bridge being repaired? And on top of that, secure funding for all of the ongoing future inspections, repairs and maintenance. We could effectively see the closure of the Redheugh Bridge in the coming weeks or months, and that would be catastrophic for the area as a main arterial route for transport back and forwards. So here I am on the Redheugh Bridge, on the public footpath, which is still open today. This is on the east side of Redheugh Bridge. There isn't a footpath on the west side, which is next to the Utilita Arena. And of course, there's no traffic today. It's completely closed. But I've been chatting to the guys who are working on the bridge. It seems to be 2 separate pieces of work going on. One further down there are some guys who are making some repairs to the pedestrian fencing about 150 metres further back or so. And here over my left shoulder there's a Northumbrian water pipe tech lorry which is used to clear away drainage. I have had a little chat with the guys and they are actually clearing that blocked drainage pipe which is on the west side of the river. I don't know if there's any drainage issues on the west, but that's what they're doing. So that particular problem out of the two, which is probably the lesser, is currently being sorted out. I don't know how much that's costing, but the work's going ahead and it's getting sorted out. Clearly the bulk of the costs of repairs that's going to be coming to the Redheugh Bridge is going to be through the repair and then future maintenance of those compromised concrete steel reinforced structures. I don't know what's going to happen with that or how long it's going to take, but it's cracking view up here on the Redheugh Bridge. But you got a lovely view of the Tyne bridges, the other Tyne bridges directly behind us there. Fantastic.